Well, hello there. My name is sometimes Heather, and I play Elder Scrolls Online. Today, I don't have my chat overlay because we have gone and
we should talk, my friend.
Updated my computer, so I have new everything. I have new Windows and everything, so everything needed to be reinstalled, and that included my Streamlabs, and I have done a very bad job at reconfiguring it, and I totally forgot my own bits. So I hope I can do without that today. Let's speak with Redmaster by Cases. Before we do, I will tell you that I am here in Summerset with my Khajiit Nightblade, Miss Silkenpaw, who is not a vampire. I meant to level up a new weapon for her during the new life event, but that didn't happen.
While the Golden Knight recovers, we must make preparations for breaching the Daedric barrier. Since I can't remember where that particular pathway goes, we'll have to be ready for any contingency. I also need to tell you about another memory.
You remembered something else?
My memories return slowly, a little at a time. While you searched for the night, a memory came back to me. A woman's voice, barely a whisper, beautiful but speaking in a language I can't understand, repeating the same words over and over.
What do you think the memory means?
I suspect that the language is ancient. It may actually predate the languages of Tamriel. I feel that the memory is connected to the barrier in the Dreaming Cave, and where I hid the heart. My friend, we need to discover the meaning of these words.
I will help you in any way I can.
I hoped you'd say that. I sent Oriandra to my study to review my memory and see if she could translate the ancient words. I even suggested a scholar she could contact, an expert in ancient languages and obscure dialects. Go, check on her progress.
You have no idea what language the voice is speaking in?
No. I just feel that the words contain the key to where I hid the heart of transparent law. I do know the language is not native to Tamriel, or to anywhere on Nirn for that matter. It feels ancient, alien. I hope the expert recognizes it.
Who is this expert?
Forte, the Grand Maestro of the House of Reveries. We've shared research in the past, and he thinks the language could be related to tablets he once studied in Ebon Stadmont. Now go and see if Oriandra has made any progress by reviewing my memory.
Alrighty. Now that the right master has sent us on our way, I will tell you that I am, as usual, drinking coffee. I completely forgot what I was going to say. This is only my second cup, so please forgive me if I seem a little bit...
Friend of Valseren,
not yet fully.
I have a proposal for you.
Then again, isn't that what I always see?
Not derived from Ayleid, though I see a possible correlation to Daedric linguistic patterns.
As we enter the study with Bain, Right Master's memory. Interesting.
Who's... Oh, don't you know not to interrupt a sage when she's deep in concentration? I suppose the Right Master sent you to see how my research was coming along. I've listened to his memory over and over, and I examined every relevant tome I could find.
Have you been able to identify the unknown language?
Not yet. The Master of the House of Reveries sent me his work. It relates to a similar language seen in the ruins of Ebon Stadmont, but I only understand a little of it. I wish Lathan was still one of us. He was our language expert.
Lathan's an expert on ancient languages.
Ancient languages and battle magic, to name just a few. Lathan betrayed us, and I don't trust him, but I've reached a dead end. We need help, and he's the best option I can think of. Take the notes and show them to Lathan. What do we have to lose?
I will take the notes and talk to Lathan.
I'll let the Right Master know what I proposed. He may not like it, but he's always telling us to utilize every available resource. I think this qualifies. You'll find Lathan in Valsarin's study. See if you can convince him to translate the words.
Shouldn't Valsarin ask Lathan for this favor?
Only if you want to guarantee that Lathan refuses to help us. Haven't you seen them since they were reunited? Val wants to kill him, and Lathan hates her with a passion. They used to be so in love. Now it breaks my heart to see them like this.
Do you really expect Lathan to help us?
I have no idea, but it's worth a try. I know Lathan and the Right Master were friends. I don't believe Lathan would purposely try to harm Ikisis. On the other hand, if Lathan thinks that helping us will help his cause, he'll jump at the chance.
Why do you think Lathan joined forces with my father?
I suppose it had something to do with his daughter. Eldaway was a beautiful girl, smart, sweet, and full of energy. She brightened the entire island. When she fell ill, Lathan and Valsarin grew apart. It was how they dealt with the tragedy.
The Sijic Order couldn't save her.
Don't you think we tried? The Right Master, Valsarin, the entire Conclave. But nothing helped. She grew weaker and weaker, and then she was gone. Val threw herself into her work after that. Lathan just grew more distant.
The story behind Valsarin and Lathan is actually well said. Take the notes on the ancient language. I think I read the notes. Mysteries. Now I need to speak with Lathan. Whom we can find in Valsarin's study.
Interesting. You weren't this attentive when our daughter actually needed you.
Lathan, I need to go check on the knight anyway.
Val, wait. Damn it. By the spinner's holy webs, when did I become an insufferable arse? Valsarin didn't deserve that. Eldaway was her daughter too. Why am I talking to you about this? I know it isn't because I like you, because I really don't.
I understand you're good with languages.
Is this some new attempt at interrogation? If so, I'm not familiar with the technique. Very well, I'll play along. Yes, I am a master linguist, specializing in ancient and obscure languages. Why do you ask?
The Right Master heard these words, but we can't translate them. They may point to the Tower Crystal.
Intriguing. I've never seen this dialect before. I can translate it, but I need more to work with. I need to examine the original tablets found at Ebon Stadmont. That will never happen, of course. You do remember I'm a prisoner here, don't you?
I can go to Ebon Stadmont. What do you need to complete the translation?
According to those notes, the writing is carved into a massive stone. I doubt you'd be able to carry it back here. All right, you've piqued my interest. Use this rune when you reach Ebon Stadmont, and I'll be able to see what you see.
What does this rune you gave me do exactly?
Nothing nefarious, if that's what you're asking. Just enter the forest, find the obscure language, and use the rune so I can see what you see. It won't do anything beyond that, I assure you.
What can I expect to find in Ebon's statements?
According to the scribblings of this Grand Maestro Forte, Spinner's Web, that's a pompous title. The forest is a maze filled with all kinds of beasts and daedra. As to the reason why, who can say? Sometimes a cursed wood is just a cursed wood.
What's going on between you and Valsera?
I don't see how that's relevant to our interactions. Not in the least. Still, my words were spiteful, meant to hurt her. There was no need for me to open old wounds. But why does this concern you? I'm your enemy. Are you too dense to see that?
Now we have the option to either persuade or to press on. Let's go with persuasion. What happened to you and Val was horrible. I'm just trying to help.
You and Ichesis, always sticking your noses into places they don't belong. I suppose I can appreciate that, but kindness won't help you in the coming war. Very well. I'll tell you this. Val loved our daughter, and our daughter loved Val.
So why do you hate each other?
Hate? I'm not sure what emotions I feel right now. But when my daughter was dying, when she was crying for her mother's comfort, Val wasn't there. She was buried in her work, too busy or too frightened to spend those final moments with Ildaway.
In a way, I understand Val's decision or refusal to spend time with her dying daughter. It isn't easy to watch her die. Let's continue toward Ebon's statement, and on our way out we will see if the Khajiit merchant has got a pattern for that pretty fountains. This one, if you haven't already noticed, is drawn to everything that has to do with water. First, sell garbage. Drowning in returns and such. Oh yes, I meant to try that on someone. I have no idea. Now, chair, table, mana. Looks like includes no lighting. We have the table, but not the water. I wonder if there is a little sort of a water bottle thing that can be glitched into the table. That would be cute. Also convenient. Oh, that is fun. This way. Yes? No? Confused? Okay. I don't know which way to turn, so let's see what kinds of endeavors we have today. Craft 4 items with the jewelry crafting skill. Pick 5 blocks. skillful people place fire furnishings and repair damage to structures in Cyrodiil. I suppose we'll try to find locks to pick. Weekly endeavors prompt you to complete 7 dungeons, afflict enemies with weapon poisons, and deal damage with siege weapons. Uncertain if I'll be able to complete any. So do I go
Wherever
here?
could that blasted mercenary be?
This is the start to the quest in Evan's statement. Dog. I mentioned earlier the quest is rather confusing yet thoroughly enjoyable. I highly recommend it. I might do that actually someday because I haven't gotten myself thoroughly turned around in a long time, and I might like to do. Use weapons.
The room is working perfectly. It's almost as if I'm standing right next to you. I can feel the powerful magic that permeates this place. I sense a Daedric influence, but something that's far older than my Prince Bathala.
What should I be looking for?
The Maestro's notes said the ancient words were etched into a massive stone. I expect you'll need to travel deeper into the forest to find the exact location. I can't translate the words the right master heard until you find that stone.
How do I find this massive stone covered in the ancient writing?
I'm not your tour guide. Just pick a direction and start walking. Wait a moment. The Maestro's notes. There was a passage that might help. Something about crows. Maybe that would be enough to guide you.
I will find the stone.
Refer to the book, and use the rune again when you locate the ancient writing.
Okay. The book we read in Balserin's study said something about crows. First 2 crows, then 1 crow. Let's see if that helps. That's all. Also, let's hope we don't get into battles because I can't remember how to drive this car. Like, at all. Winter has arrived and the air indoors is very, very bright. Enter Kebab Standards. Heaven's statement doesn't have like a zoom up on map, so you can't really know where you are or what you're doing. But oh, now that's all. So, Evan's statement has photos. question. Have I managed to put anything on my other weapon? Yes, I have. Which of these is my backup weapon? Oh. So, another portal. There was 2 crows on the first one and 1 crow. Let's go through the one that had 2 crows. Because that, I think, is what the text said. Then again, I might be. One you know. Use a pencil.
Have you found the inscription? The Grand Maestro mentioned Daedra. I never imagined they'd belong to one of the patrons of the Court of Bedlam. This changes everything. Now I'm really interested in helping you translate the Right Master's memory.
What do you mean? What's this have to do with Nocturnal?
An excellent question. But we won't learn anything if you continue to stand here and talk to my projection. Get moving and find that inscribed stone.
Okay. So now we have both a map and a question card. This made our lives much, much easier. Well, at least let's I think I've mentioned this, but I am not that crazy about wolves as wolves. I've never really learned to use these, and I feel really clumsy with them. It's funny because in Oblivion, those were not things of all Sulk. Stealth Archer Sulk. Elder Scrolls New, that isn't really because stealthiness doesn't work like it did in standalone. We made it, yay! Use Lathan's room again.
The ancient inscription. You found it.
I found it.
Something isn't right. I feel
Oh dear.
our connection breaking up. It's Nocturnal's Earl.
Now that Lathan's gone, we can talk freely. These words of power, They aren't meant for mortal eyes. As an Earl in the Court of Bedlam, believe me when I say that Lathan isn't being totally honest with you.
As an Earl in the Court of Bedlam, why should I believe a word you say?
I wish to maintain the balance of power among the Daedric Triad. If Lathan translates this language and passes the secret on to his mistress, Mephala, she'll gain an advantage that could threaten my prince, Nocturnal.
It sounds like the Triad of Daedric Princess isn't as united as we thought.
Speculate all you want. I'm here to present you with a gift. Nocturnal wants me to provide you with the meaning of the ancient words. It's in all our best interests for the Right Master to remember where he hid the heart of transparent law.
So what do the words mean?
The phrase the Right Master remembers. The one that repeats itself over and over. It's a spell to retrieve something hidden. When the time is right, he just needs to repeat the phrase and the heart's hiding place will be revealed.
Why doesn't Nocturnal retrieve the heart herself?
My mistress doesn't explain herself to me, and she certainly won't explain herself to you. I assume, though, since the heart was hidden by the Right Master, then only the Right Master can retrieve it.
You knew exactly where and when to contact me. How?
Artaeum is only as isolated as it allows itself to be. First, the Abyssal Pearl allowed the Sea Slode and Mephala to invade the Sidjic Island. Then you took Lathan, an Earl in the Court of Bedlam, prisoner. We know your moves before you make them.
What does the Triad of Daedric Princess hope to achieve?
Our princes plan to do away with the laws imposed by other powers. They want to remake Nirn, reshape it to better suit their every inclination. Of course, to do this, all obstacles must be cast aside, including the other Daedric princes.
And what does the Court of Bedlam get out of all
The
this?
court isn't evil. We wouldn't be a part of something that didn't add to the greater good. When our princes are done, war and sickness will be eradicated. There will be true peace and godhood for the court, as befits beings of our stature.
How did you get involved in all
I am a
this?
dark elf, a child of Morrowind who lost her way. Anger and despair almost overwhelmed me, until Nocturnal reached out to comfort me. The Night Mistress filled me with new purpose, and gave me something greater than myself to believe in.
But you're not a high elf like the other members of the Court of Bedlam.
While it's true that the court consists primarily of high elves, who believe their birthright is the key to godhood, I am not so naive. Nocturnal selected me as her Earl. She taught me that loyalty is the path to ascension, and my loyalty is strong.
That brought us back to the beginning. Now we are prompted to speak with...
Tell the Right Master, it's a spell of retrieval.
Retreat.
I've re-established my connection to the rune. Tell me what Nocturnal's Earl said to you. I can't believe Nocturnal's Earl interfered like that. We're supposed to be allies. Why would she want to stop me from reading that ancient inscription?
Nocturnal's Earl said that the ancient phrase is a spell.
A spell. Interesting. And somehow connected to the Right Master's forgotten hiding place. I wonder why Nocturnal decided to share this information. She isn't usually the most forthcoming of the court's esteemed princes.
Nocturnal's Earl also indicated that you've been informing the court about our plans.
Right. I told them to interrupt my research before I could unravel an ancient and powerful language. Look, you should come back to Kapora Tower now. The Right Master wants to hear everything my associate shared with you. And frankly, so do I.
I will return to Artaeum as soon as I can.
I just wish I could have spent a few moments studying that inscription.
So, no portals. But, oh, startled. I do see a marker for a door this way. Does this lead us out of here? Yes. Sometimes Elder Scrolls Online is like really convenient. very pleased. Down toward the road and then up the road. Have you noticed, by the way, the handboats sing? That's why they are referred to as sneezy idiots. Supposed to us. We are quite close to him, actually. I keep forgetting how adorable that one is. Back to the top. Paid attention to how it's pronounced. I've been pronouncing it wrong. I'm pleased with myself, but of course, I need more copy. As usual, I will be right back.
I sell to the nobility.
I'm almost there.
Come, do your trading here.
Now to the Arata. Question lingers. Upstairs or down? Upstairs, it seems. The interior can be rather confusing. The open area in the middle is surrounded by circular
Oriandra, you should have consulted me beforehand.
She saw an opportunity and she took it, Lykesis.
Silence, Lathan. Need I put you in chains to remind you of your status here?
I'm sorry, Right Master. We should have asked permission. It won't happen again.
This escapade of yours could have been disastrous. What were you and Oriandra thinking, trusting Lathan to help us translate the ancient language? Now nothing you discovered can be trusted. We're back to square one.
Nocturnal's Earl says the words you remember are a spell that will reveal the heart's location.
I observed what I could through Lathan's connection, but it seems to me that the Court of Bedlam is just trying to confuse us. What do you think? Should we trust Nocturnal's Earl or not?
Now we have two options. These are red options, so they will alter the course of conversation. We can either be cautious or choose to trust the Earl. He did share us the story about the child dying, and that causes me to trust him, so. They want you to find the heart of transparent law. I think the Earl told me the truth.
As much as it pains me, I must concur. We'll just have to make sure that once we recover the heart, it isn't allowed to fall into the hands of the Court of Bedlam or their princes. Darian's outside. Talk to him, then meet me in the Dreaming Cave.
I will go and talk to them.
No matter whether Nocturnal's Earl spoke truth or lies, we need to recover the heart of Transparent Law. I'm sure I hid it somewhere beyond the Daedric barrier. Was there anything else before you go and check on Darian?
Do you remember anything else about this supposed spell?
I remember I tried to resist the sea slote's compulsion and was able to maintain a sliver of control. But as for a revelation spell, where would I acquire something in such an obscure language? And whose voice do I hear echoing in my mind?
You don't remember anything else?
I remember using what control I still possessed to foil Katora's plans. I recall forging a bargain with someone I have no memory of. I remember that it was the only way to assure the heart's safety.
Curious and curious. Now let's go speak with Darian. Who is waiting for us outside? Altair is one of my favorite locations, and it's so pretty.
Your wounds, they're just gone.
I've always healed fast, Val. I can call you Val, right? Give me a moment. I'd like to chat with our friend.
Of course. Then go to the Dreaming Cave. The Rite Master's ready to begin.
I wanted to thank you again for getting me out of Mephalah's realm. Wasn't anything like I originally imagined. Oh, and I wanted to let you know that I was able to repair the Dawnbreaker. The sword's power should allow us to breach the barrier.
Looks like you're fully recovered.
No thanks to the Psijic healers. I thought they were gonna slice me open to try to figure out what makes me... well, me. I'm glad you stopped by, though. I wanted to talk to you. In private.
What do you want to talk about?
This might sound like a strange question. In fact, depending on how you answer it, it is a strange question. Do you remember me? I'm not talking about here in Summerset. I mean, from someplace else.
Not that I can recall. The first time I saw you was when you were wearing your golden armor.
You don't remember me? I was afraid of that. Meridia told me that time worked differently in Oblivion, but I didn't believe her. What's happened to me hasn't happened to you yet. That doesn't matter now. What matters is I found you.
What does it matter that you found?
Meridia told me about the triad of Daedric princes, and she told me about you. Even sent me to help you defeat them. Of course, she conveniently forgot to tell me how to do that, and she stopped responding to my requests. Has me a little worried.
Why are you telling me this?
Not everyone gets a choice about the battles they fight. My prince... she's all right, but she's not big on free will. I wanted you to know that you aren't beholden to a higher power. You can decide what you want to fight for.
Let's go get that.
Fixing the Dawnbreaker was surprisingly easy, by the way, especially considering that I'd never repaired a Daedric artifact before.
Before we go to the Dreaming Cave, can I ask you a few questions?
Questions? Not like a test or anything, though, right? Tests give me a rash. But sure, yeah, what would you like to know?
You're not a Breton, are you?
I wish I knew the answer to that. I remember my father well enough. He was a Breton, but I never met my mother. In fact, now that I think about it, my entire childhood is kind of a blur. I never questioned that. I'm not really sure why.
Did Meridia tell you anything?
Meridia only ever told me I was her vessel. I can't say I remember volunteering for that job, though. I have her magic inside me. I've had it all my life. I can feel it. But why? I have so many questions.
Such as?
Who I am, what I am, why the amazing good looks and roguish charm if I'm just here to stomp on Meridia's enemies. I mean, I guess if I was a prince, I'd want a dashing champion, so I can't blame her for that.
Do you always walk around strangers half-dressed?
Hey, I got stabbed a bunch, remember? You can't examine battle wounds with your armor on. Besides, this sea air is good for the skin. Ask anyone.
Now we have options again. You should keep your clothes on.
Ouch, that hurts. I've worked hard for this body, you know. Well, I think I did. My memories have been hazy of late.
So, Darian. Darian. Is Darian the one who waits us in Gunvon Bay to start the main quest to High Isle? Uncertain. Let me check actually. That would explain why he speaks of having met us before. That also raises questions about how long ago was High Isle first planned. Meet friends.
Wait! Don't start without me!
Friends?
We're as prepared as we can be without knowing exactly where this pathway leads. I've even set wards that will help protect me from the Daedric princes. Remember though, our primary goal is to recover the heart of Transparent Law.
How do we activate the portal?
The Golden Knight must wield the reforged Dawnbreaker to breach the barrier. Then we simply step through the portal and see where it takes us. I expect we may call upon your fighting skills before all is said and done. Are you ready to proceed?
I'm ready.
Sir Darian, deal with this barrier, if you please.
My pleasure.
The way is open. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, back to the Everclone. Nocturnal's ever-shifting domain of twilight and good. I like the Everclone.
I'll be all right, Valcerin. Manipulating the Dreaming Cave always exhausts me.
We'll take it slow.
I expected the pathway to lead to some obscure corner of oblivion. But this is Nocturnal's realm. I wish I could remember what compelled me to hide the heart here.
You hit the heart of Transparent Law in Nocturnal's realm?
The heart is here. I'm positive. Now that I think about it, this location has a familiar feel. I've been here before. I just need to remember where I placed the stolen crystal.
How do we find the heart?
Take Darian and scout the path ahead. Look for any signs that might indicate where I hid the heart. Valcerin will assist me and we'll follow behind you. As much as it pains me to admit, my many years are finally catching up with me.
Darian and I will scout ahead.
Be prepared for anything. This is Nocturnal's realm, after all.
Miss Silkenpaw does not know. Or bite. Now, as Darian walks by our side, we can prompt him to use the Dawnbreaker. Great. It's a kind of sort an ultimate. training. Shoot.
Nocturnal's minions aren't exactly modest, are they? Not that I'm complaining.
Should try to make sure it's big. So that's basically these things. Socks are like so much easier to make. And again, these things are also expensive. I prefer socks and stuffs. It's good that games have something for everyone, but
The featherless one walks the path once more. But where is the pretty crystal he carried last time?
Did that bird just talk? You heard that, right?
Pay the crows no mind. They're nothing but an annoyance. The crows serve as Nocturnal's eyes. She watches us through these annoying little creatures. There's nothing to do about it except to keep moving forward until we find the hiding place.
What did the crow mean by the featherless one walks the path once more?
I remember carrying the heart of transparent law along this path and up toward the mountain above. I remember Nocturnal's creatures moved aside to let me pass. Obviously, they aren't as accommodating as last time I was here.
Should we keep going?
I don't see any alternative, do you? Perhaps more memories from when I was last here will return as we continue along the path. Clear the way ahead, if you please.
I shall do my best. I'm not going to use the Dawnbreaker unless I absolutely need to. Guessing that I didn't absolutely need to know. I'm guessing that, or I have a feeling that it needs time to charge, just like.
Remind me to wear lighter armor next time we have to climb a mountain.
Needs time to recharge. Just like does it look like that? I don't know. Very displeased about my damage numbers. Well, it could be worse. At least it's pretty out here. Kinda sort of wish that we had an area to explore. It's made out to be like Everglow. Small specks. public dungeon outside or inside. Davon's Watch. Crosswood. A couple of helps in complexity. And this one. I suppose Lord carried.
The featherless one couldn't resist the sea sload, not on his own. Ah!
What nonsense is this?
He doesn't remember! So desperate he was, he leaped at our mistress's offer! Ah!
Speak plainly, crows. Come back here.
Ichesis, calm down. Their words mean nothing.
This is getting stranger
Crows.
and stranger.
Their words stir the echoes in my mind.
So you did accept an offer from Nocturnal.
I remember fighting the sea slode's compulsion with every fiber of my being. And I was losing. I remember searching for something, anything, to keep me from giving Keturah the heart.
Do you remember anything else?
I remember Nocturnal appearing before me, offering to help me hide the heart away in a place that no one would ever find it. Then, let's keep going. Clear the path ahead while I try to recall the rest of it.
My thumb was too weak. I could say we were getting better at sport.
Be ready for anything.
Thought I saw her doing one. And this way? No, the other left. Up the stairs and further into darkness.
The path ends here.
I remember this.
Ichesis, what are you saying?
I'm saying I remember taking the heart through that portal.
I hope the old man remembers something.
Oh, it made a white creature.
With every step along this path, my memory grew clearer. This portal, it leads to where I had my fateful meeting with Nocturnal, where she offered to aid me in my struggle against the sea slode Keturah.
What kind of aid did she offer you?
Nocturnal offered me a spell that would hide the heart from everyone. The sea slode nocturnal, even from me. As soon as I hid it away, my memory of even possessing the crystal faded like a distant dream.
So the heart is on the other side of this portal.
I assume so. Some of the details still elude me. I remember entering the portal with the heart, then returning here without it in my hands. Since I cast the spell with those ancient words, only I can use it again to unseal the hiding place.
What about Nocturnal?
My preparations included numerous wards of protection. They should allow me to resist even the magic of a Daedric prince, at least for a short amount of time. Through the portal, I remember an ancient ruin. Head for that, and we'll meet you there.
Then open the portal and let's go find the heart.
Step cautiously. I remember very little about what lies on the other side of this portal.
Portal to mountain. Approach the mountaintop. If you're going the wrong way in ESO, NPCs stop them.
Recite the words of power! Recite the words of power! Recite the words of power!
I remember the words, but I don't know exactly what they mean. Once I begin the spell, be ready for anything.
I'm ready. Cast the spell and reveal where the heart is hidden.
My friends, the heart of transparent law will soon be back in our hands. Heart, reveal yourself. Ganoro Berin.
Your chest is glowing.
Ijavil. Of course. I put the heart inside myself. It was the perfect hiding place.
Look, Mephala. The mortal hid the heart inside his own body. How clever.
Uh-oh. Mephala and Clavicus Vile. This could be bad.
My oh my.
But why did Nocturnal keep this from us? No matter. I'll take the crystal now, right, Master?
My wards! Shout! Protect me!
No need to...
Impressive for a mortal. But the wards won't hold long against our power.
Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command.
I would rather just watch the battle going on between Daedric
Stop
princes.
struggling, mortal. You're only delaying the inevitable.
It's much more effective.
Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power.
Fight, Icasis! Just hold on!
Hang in there, Icasis.
Command me and I'll use the sword's power. Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command. Where do all these Daedra keep coming from? Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power. Command me and I'll use the sword's power.
Hold still, mortal, and I'll make this quick.
Command me and I'll use the sword's power.
Certainly very does it affect me?
Promise me you'll lead them.
Don't even say it, Ikesis! Just keep fighting!
Hold on, Ikesis.
Dawnbreaker is ready. Just give the command. Tell me when to unleash Dawnbreaker's power. They're tearing me apart!
Oh dear.
Mafala, stop that! I've got him! Wait, what's the...
Nocturnal! How dare you interfere?
Get out of my realm, princess. You are no longer welcome. The heart belongs to me. We made a deal, didn't we, mortal?
Ikesis!
I did what I had to. I hid the heart, even from you. The only way to retrieve it is to kill me.
Very well. I accept those terms.
No!
We need to go, now! Command me and I'll use the sword's power.
Right, Master!
Now.
Damn it! Hang on! I'll get us out of here!
Dawnbreaker will protect us. I hope.
Meridia's vessel. You have no power here.
I'll show you power, you monster!
The sword of light. I'll take that.
My sword! I just fixed that!
The heart is mine, and soon the Crystal Tower will belong to me. I no longer need Mafala or Vile.
Hold on! I'm getting us out of here!
To be quite honest, main quests in ESO are a little bit...
Valsarin? Where's the Right Master?
Well,
Nocturnal killed him. We couldn't stop her.
No!
This one is an exception.
Not possible!
The plot has many, many twists and bends and...
This doesn't make any sense! What happened to the Right Master?
Nocturnal killed him. She has the heart of transparent ore now.
I don't believe it. The Right Master, Ikesis, he's the best of us. Besides, I thought only he could reveal the heart's hidden location.
He hid the heart in his own chest. Nocturnal tore it out and killed him.
I knew he was remembering things, but I had no idea he was so desperate. To make a deal with a Daedric prince? Even to foil the sea slode? That was just foolish. In retrospect, though, I might have done the same. How do we beat the Triad now?
I don't think the Triad exists anymore. Nocturnal took the heart for herself.
Nocturnal betrayed the other princes? Actually, that's rather typical from what I've read. Without the heart, without the Right Master, what are we supposed to do now?
We have to find another way to stop Nocturnal.
I'm not sure there is another way. With the heart of transparent law, Nocturnal can control the Crystal Tower. And with the Crystal Tower, she can... well, I'm not sure why she wants the tower. We'll need to consult a few experts about that.
And so...
Grief does us no good unless we use it to focus. We need to rally our forces, my friend.
Another stage to the main quest. 3 remain. I suppose we will continue from that next week. For now, I do believe the time has come to say goodbye. For now. I will return next Thursday at 8 time I'm not yet certain what time I will return because I'm going to change my schedule a little bit. So I would like to stream in the evening rather than in the middle of the day. So keep an eye on the community tab on my YouTube channel and I will post a schedule as next week begins. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all later. Ta!